Equality for women in the workplace has long been an issue. It's the same story in sports, whether it's pay, marketing, or time for family. A breakthrough came yesterday. The U.S. Soccer Federation will now guarantee that the U.S. women's soccer team will receive equal pay with the men's team in new contracts. But many of the elite athletes that live and train here in Olympic City, USA, continue to run into these hurdles, especially new moms. Our morning anchor Bree Groves brings us more on what changes are on the horizon.
I get it. There are a lot of working moms, so why concentrate on elite athletes? Well, sports reflect our culture. That's what makes athletes such powerful agents for change. And I sat down with local Paralympian Melissa Stockwell, a mom of two, whose outlook and endurance is helping shape the future of sports.
Melissa Stockwell,
a three-time Paralympian.
A name you have likely heard.
Competed in swimming in 2008, triathlon in Rio 2016, Tokyo 2021.
But there is a side to this Paralympic athlete maybe you don't know.
Mom first, always.
Melissa trains while raising two young kids.
So you pick them up and drive them to lacrosse practice, and then you come home, and then it's, homework and bath time and dinner, and it's like you don't stop until they're in bed.
Being the elite athlete is hard enough, but training with kids almost puts you at a disadvantage. And not just because we talked about time being a factor, but maybe you're trying to have kids. Maybe it needs to revolve around that, or breastfeeding.
It almost seems like after every Olympics and Paralympics, there's like this post-games like baby boom, because everyone's waiting for the games to be over. They get pregnant, you have a kid, and then you still have time to train again if you want to try for the next one. So before we had my son Dallas, we had this very specific window. I knew that I wanted to compete in the Rio 2016 games. I knew I needed to have time to, number one, have the baby, number two, come back from having the baby and get back into that elite athletic shape.
Athletes nursing newborns at the time of the 2021 and 2022 Olympics weren't sure they'd be able to bring their babies. Superstar U.S. soccer player Alex Morgan in this farewell post on Instagram to her newborn before the games. British archer Naomi Falkard stockpiled 2 weeks of breast milk before leaving. And WNBA star Skylar Diggins-Smith open about her postpartum depression, taking time off from the league to be with her new son.
So I think we have a long way to go still.
A handful of Olympic runners recently called out the sports industry that celebrated a woman's decision to have children in its marketing, then cut their pay when they missed races because of pregnancy or childbirth.
A lot of athletes have these very specific time periods where if you don't get pregnant, well, then you might have to wait another 4 years. For our contract,
things have started to change.
A maternity clause. So if we have a baby, we can kind of put our national team status on hold until after the baby and then kind of resume that. That wasn't there when I had my kids.
But combining motherhood with high-level competition can certainly have its advantages.
We're so lucky that we get to be a parent and I get to be an athlete. There's nothing greater than that.
Thankfully, teams, sporting bodies, companies, government groups, and individuals are all fighting for this change. And last year, 5-time Olympian Allison Phoenix partnered with Athleta to create a child care fund to support mother athletes, sending a message further than just the sports world. I'm Bree Groves with News 5.